Alright, here's a little video on the Del Mar S2 tidy kit install. First thing you guys are going to have to do is basically disassemble all of the factory rear fender. With that, you're going to need a T45 to remove the Allens, or these hex head bits, T-bits. There's a total of 3 of them that go on the back fender that mount that on. Additionally, you're going to need a T25 and T27 through the various hardware. You're going to disassemble that and it'll all come out looking like this. That's pretty much the hard part. Once you have that fully assembled, now it's time for the assembly of the tidy kit. There is a left and right on this kit, so make sure you keep the signal lights marked upon which side they were. And you're going to start with assembling the signal lights onto the main mount. They simply insert in just how they came off on the off the factory setup. That slides in. You're going to put the main bolt through to hold that into place. And this is a T25 bit right here. Sorry, a mistake. A T27 bit. Nice. Okay, once you get both sides done, you're ready to go on to the next point, which is funneling all the wiring through the main wire housing. Additionally, what you want to do is push everything through, start on the little end, push it through here, have it come out the side or the back of it, and have your extensions coming out the sides so you can plug them into the lights. So once that's done, you're going to plug each side in. You're going to use the small hex head screw that was supplied, and that's going to temporarily hold this in place for the rest of the housing. And that's going to use a 2mm bit. Get side. Push side there. Screw those in. Perfect. Here you have probably about 18 inches of wire. You don't need a lot. You're just going to get this tucked back inside the bike. I'll explain that later. The next is to mount the license plate light into its new housing. You're going to use the existing Phillips screws that came off the Del Mar bike itself with a small Phillips screwdriver. Alright, so that fits in there nice and tight. Do not connect this quite yet. We're going to come to that part later. The next step is going to be to mount this assembly to the main plate. Sets up, line up the holes, and you're going to use the 4 countersunk screws for that. Alright, there you go. Now with this kit, I included some zip ties. You can see these holes in here. That's to kind of keep the wire nice and tucked in tight. Alright, there you go. The assembly is now ready for installation. Coming over the bike, I did a little disassembly. So what you have to do is remove the screw here and on the other side. Then basically this whole housing is then clipped in, and you pull it out to unclip it, and then you can lift it up. Once this is up, you don't need a lot of room. All you have to do is access this area. You can unscrew the bolt here, and on the other side, this is what's actually going to hold on your housing. So you temporarily just remove that screw, and we're going to put that back in right now. I'm going to assemble this inside here. And this wire, you're going to slip inside the bike right behind here. Perfect. The next step is to put the clamp on here, which will help stabilize this so it doesn't rattle. For that, you're going to need a 1.5 millimeter Allen driver. Just simply rest on top. Get a better shot. All right, now that's in. This isn't going anywhere. The next step is going to be, I already have mine taken off, but you're going to need to remove the wiring that runs along the swing arm down here. You're going to reroute that up inside the bike. And then with that, you're going to plug it in to the existing wiring to all your lights that you just ran. There you go, that's all done. Now you can go ahead and re-put on your plastics back down onto your bike. First. Okay, one screw up top. All right. Now that you have the plastics back on, it's time to install the license plate, light, and frame. You're first going to plug in the light. Push the connector back inside this housing. There's plenty of room for it. And the light and the license mounts right here using a 2mm Allen. There you go. Lastly, the kit included 2 black screws. Put those in with the nuts. That's for your license plate to mount to. Now, at this point, you still have the belt guard to deal with. You can either remove it completely if you want to have that look, or I included a mount that you'll need to install. There you go. The fender delete kit for the Del Mar S2.